Hello, everyone, and welcome again to our English class. And today we're going to talk about another interesting lesson. But just in case you missed the previous lessons that we had, just click the links in the description box below so you can watch them. And of course, if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So let's get started. I'm going to show to you something first, and please tell me something about it. Arrange me. Can you arrange these words here and formulate your sentence? Let me see if your sentence is correct. She has eaten her dinner. Next one. Arrange me. Can you arrange these words here and formulate your sentence again? Okay, let me see if you got it right. You have not answered my question. Next one. Arrange me. This time, please make a yes or no question. Can you arrange them and make your yes or no question? Let me see. Have we done it right? Last but not the least, arrange me, and this time please make WH question. Can you arrange these words here and make your WH question? Let me check. How long have we been together? Okay, now based on the words that I have just shown to you, can you guess? What do you think is our lesson for today? Fantastic. Today we're going to talk about present perfect tense. But before I proceed, I'm going to share to you first our learning objectives for today. Learning objectives. Given the manifestation, students should be able to: number one, understand the usage and structures of present perfect tense. Number two, answer the differentiated exercises given. Number three, construct their own sentences and questions using present perfect tense. Learning objective number one, understand the usage and structures of present perfect tense. Now, can you think of a usage, or can you think when to use, or when do we use present perfect tense? Do you have any idea? Okay, let me see. So when to use present perfect tense, by the way? First, we can use present perfect tense if we talk about recent events. Now, when we say recent, the latest events. So it is used to describe recent events without a definite time, which means we can use present perfect tense if we talk about recent events without telling, without mentioning the exact time or when did the action happen. Now, the idea of time or place in the speaker's mind makes the event recent. Now, instead of telling the exact time, or instead of telling or mentioning the time, a time expression may emphasize recentness. So we have what we call time expression also, but this is not exact. When did the action really happen? So a time expression that emphasizes recentness. So these are the time expressions: just, recently, and lately. So once again, instead of telling exactly when the action really happened, so we have just to use these time expressions here: just, recently, lately. So these are indefinite time, okay, which means there is no specific time reference. Take note of that. Consider the following examples below. So example, they have just won the prize, so they are really pleased. Again, they have just won the prize, so they are really pleased. So just. So it emphasizes recentness, but without mentioning the exact time. Instead, we have to use the time expression just. It's indefinite time. Usage number 2. Now, we can use present perfect tense for personal experiences. Okay, so personal experiences. It is used to express personal experiences. There is not a time, a definite time given. Saying we don't have to tell the exact time reference when did really the action happen. But of course, certain time expressions are being used. So the time expressions ever and never are very often used with this meaning. So once again, instead of telling the exact time reference, we just have to use ever and never for personal experiences. Example, I have never been to the Philippines. So I have never been to the Philippines. So this is for personal experiences. So here, there is no time reference. We don't know when the exact time. I have never been to the Philippines. Okay, number 3. We can use present perfect tense for, it is used to express actions that started in the past and continue to the present. So you did it in the past, but it's still happening right now. The time period is not finished. Remember that. We use for and since with this meaning. So we use for with periods of time, and we use since with points of time. And I'm going to discuss more about this one later on. Say, for example, I have worked here since last year. So I have worked here since last year. So here, since last year. So since here, since when? Last year. So this is period of time. Next one. She has played tennis for 10 years. She has played tennis for 10 years. So 10 years here, this is what we call, or 4 here, it is what we call the point of time. Using the present perfect, we can define a period of time. Before now, by considering its starting point, so when did it start, with since plus a point in time. Okay, take note. Now, since plus a point in time. Since this morning. So point in time, it answers the question when. Again, point in time, it answers the question when. Since plus a point in time. Since when? Since this morning. Since when? Since last week. Since when? Since yesterday. Since when? Since I was a child. Since when? Since Wednesday. Since when? Since 2 o'clock. So since plus a point in time. Take note. Now, examples. We have taught at this school since 1965, a point in time. So since when? Since 1965. Alice has been married since March 2nd. Number 3, they have been at the hotel since last week. Take note. Now, using the present perfect, we can define a period of time before now by considering its duration with for plus a period of time. Now, since it's point of time, for a period of time. So it answers the question, how long? For how long? The duration. Okay? So say, for example, for plus a period of time. For how long? 6 years. For how long? For a week. For how long? For a month. For how long? 4 hours. For how long? For 2 hours. So again, for plus a period of time. Now it's very easy to identify for. It answers the question, for how long? For a period of time. Take note. Examples. We have taught at this school for a long time. Alice has been married for how long? 3 years. They have been at the hotel for how long? For a week. Take note of that. Now, another usage of present perfect tense. So we can also use the present perfect to talk about a past action. Take note. It talks about a past action that has the result in the present, the still effect in the present. So it started in the past, but you can still see the effect in the present or the result. Examples. I have lost my keys. So I have lost my keys in the past, but the effect is I don't have the key now. So that is the result. And David has gone to the Philippines. Okay, so it started in the past and he has gone in the Philippines. You can still see him in the Philippines. So that's the result. And the tip. We often use just, already, and yet with the present perfect tense for an action in the past with the result in the present. Okay, so if we talk about an action in the past, but the result is still visible in the present, we often use just, already, and yet. Take note of that. Now, this time we're going to talk about how to form present perfect tense. How can you make sentences? How can we make questions, yes or no questions, and WH questions? Now, the formula here is very easy. Subject plus has for has or hasn't, has for positive, and hasn't for negative, or have or haven't plus past participle. Again, has or subject plus has or hasn't, or have or haven't plus past participle. And I'm going to discuss to you later on about past participle. For example, they have been to New York. So they here is the subject. And have, so again, if the subject is plural, we have to use have. So they have been to New York. Next one, she has eaten frog's leg. So she here is the subject, and since the subject is singular, we have to use has. And past participle, eaten. Okay? You haven't studied a lot. So you is the subject, and haven't, negative. Take note, haven't. You haven't studied a lot. Subject, haven't, and studied, past participle. Now I'm going to talk a little bit more about past participle. Consider the following examples here. So we have the simple present at this lane, the simple past, and then what? The past participle. So simple present, see, simple past, saw, of course. So here, this is actually seen, okay, with an here. So see, saw, seen, with an n. So buy, bought, bought. Go, went, gone. Past participle. Eat, ate, eaten. Past participle. Come, came, come. Swim, swam, swum. So past participle. So in constructing present perfect sentences or even questions, we have to use the past participle form. So seen, bought, gone, eaten, come, and swum. That's how we do it. Contracted forms. Now, when we say contracted forms, these are the shortcuts. So instead of saying I have, you can say I've. You have, you've. He has, his. She has, she's. It has, its. We have, we've. They have, they've. Seen a ghost. So these are the contracted forms, the shortcut. Take note of that. Now, present perfect positive sentences. So how can we make a sentence or sentences in a positive form? So again, the formula here is the subject, the pronoun here, the pronouns, and then we have here have or has, and then a contracted form, and then the rest of the sentence. So I, subject, have or I have been, the present, the past participle. I have been, past participle, to Moscow. You have finished the exercise. You is the subject, have, and then past participle, finished. He has, okay, he has just gone, past participle, home. She has already had a holiday this year. So had is the past participle. And then we have here the time expression, already, or the adverb already. It has broken. So it is the subject here, and then since it is singular, we have to use has, and then past participle, broken. We have or we've seen this film before. So we is the subject here, and then have, and then seen the past participle. They have bought a new car. So they is the subject. We use have here, and then past participle, bought. Also, when we make negative sentences, so it's very easy. We have the subject here, and then of course, have, or we have to add not to make it negative, or haven't. So I haven't, and then past participle, and then the rest of the sentence. So I haven't been abroad yet. You haven't answered my question. He hasn't, or he has not been, past participle, home for 5 years. She has not, or she hasn't found, past participle, a new job. It has or it hasn't finished, past participle, yet. We haven't or we have not worked on a farm, past participle. They haven't or they have not seen, past participle, each other for ages. So once again, subject, has or have, then negative form, and then past participle. Past participle. And this time we are going to formulate yes or no question using present perfect tense. It's very easy. We have to put first the has or have in the first part, and then the subject, and then the verb in past participle form. For example, have I ever done it before? So have, then the subject, and then ever done, past participle. Have you been to the cinema recently? So have, subject you, and then been, past participle. Has she worked here long? Has, subject he, and then past participle. Has she already sent the fax? So has, then subject, and then already sent. Sent here is the past participle. Has it ever been in a crash? So again, has, subject, and then past participle. Have we done it right? So have, subject is we, and then past participle. Have they gone home yet? Have, and then subject is they, and then gone, past participle of go. Take note of that. Now, this time, we're going to have present perfect using the WH question. Okay, or present perfect with information question or questions. Now, it's very easy. First, put the WH in the first part, and then has or have, depending on if it is singular or plural, and then pronouns or the subject, and then past participle. Example, what have I done? So WH, what, and then have, and then the subject is I, and then past participle. How long have you been here? Again, how long have you been here? How long is the WH, and then have, and then you is the subject, and then been, past participle. How many times has he been married? Wow. So WH has, because the subject is he, so we have to use the verb has, and then been married, the past participle. All right, what countries has she visited? WH what, and then the verb has in singular form because the subject is singular, she, and then visited, past participle. Where has it been? So where, then has, and then it, and then the past participle. How long have we been together? So WH, have, and then the subject we. We use have here because the subject is we, and then past participle. Where have they worked? Where is the WH, and then have. We use have because the subject is they, and then past participle. Take note of that. Now, learning objective number 2. Answer the differentiated exercises given. Okay, so let me see if you got it right, if you really understood when to use since and for. So again, numbers 1 to 8. So we have here number 1, blank January. Is it since or for? Since. Okay, since January. Next, for 10 years. For how long? For 10 years. Okay. Again, when we answer the word or the question for how long, we use for. Okay. And Monday. Since Monday. So it answers the question, since when? So again, since, if we answer the question when, since when? Since Monday. But we use for, it answers the question for how long. 12 noon, since 12 noon. What about number 5? Is it since or for? Okay, correct. For a month. Number 6, blank 2 days ago. Since 2 days ago. Okay, number 7, an hour. Does it answer the question for how long or since when? You got it right. So, for an hour. And number 8, blank, I was young. Do you say for I was young? Absolutely not. So you'll say since I was young. Okay. So letter B. Directions. Choose the letter of the best answer. So you're going to choose the correct answer here using present perfect tense. Number 1, Adam, shall we finish this conversation? John, yes. We blank enough sentences in present perfect simple. So choices. Can you think of an answer? We, what is the formula again? Subject, has or have, plus the past participle. So since the subject here is what? Very good. We. So we have to use plural. So we will say, we have used. So letter D. So yes, we have used enough sentences in present perfect simple. So subject, and then have, and then past participle used. Number 2, John blank your uncle, blank to Thailand before, and he blanked to Vietnam, but I am not sure about Thailand. Choices. Can you think of an answer? John, blank your uncle, blank to Thailand before. You'll say, the subject here is uncle. So is uncle singular or plural? Of course, it is singular. So we have to use the verb has. because it is singular. And has your uncle blank to Thailand before? So you will say been. So has your uncle been to Thailand before? Adam, he belonged to Vietnam, but I'm not sure about Thailand. So he has been to Thailand, but I am not sure about Vietnam. I'm sorry. So he has been to Vietnam, but I am not sure about Thailand. So he is the subject here, and then we use the has and then been, past participle. Number 3, Ada, my uncle likes traveling a lot. He often visits uh, different countries. He already blanked to 35 countries so far. Please choose your answer. So he already to 35 countries so far. So what's the formula again? He plus has or have. So this is has because he is singular. Already been to 35 countries so far. Fantastic. Number 4, John, he blanked to Mexico yet? Adam, yes, he blanked. He went he went there 2 years ago. Can you choose your answer? He. So this is a yes or no question. He blanked to Mexico yet? So you will say, has he been to Mexico yet? So has he been to Mexico yet? Yes, he has. Okay, yes, he has. He went there 2 years ago. Fantastic. Number 5, John, where is your uncle now? Adam, he blanked in Heligoland, small islands near Germany. He blanked in Heligoland, small islands near Germany. Correct. He has just arrived. He has just arrived. He is the subject, and we have to use has. Remember the formula always. He has just arrived in Heligoland, small islands near Germany. Learning objective number 3, construct their own sentences and questions using present perfect tense. So directions, make the present perfect. It could be positive, a negative, or a question. Can you arrange this and make a sentence? Okay, let me see if your sentence is correct. You have kept a pet for 3 years. So you have kept a pet for 3 years. Remember, the past participle of keep is kept. So you have kept a pet for 3 years. You is the subject here, and then have, and then past participle. Number 2, you eat Thai food before. So this is a question. A yes or no question to be in particular. Can you make us a question? Have you eaten Thai food before? So again, yes or no, have first and then subject and then past participle. Number 3, this is what we call WH question. Again, WH question. Who we forget to invite? Can you make your WH question? Correct. Who have we forgotten to invite? Who have we forgotten to invite? Remember, the past participle of forget is forgotten. Take note of that. Number 4, we not hear that song already. Can you make a sentence? This is a negative sentence to be in particular or to be specific. Think or make a negative sentence. Let me see if you got it right. We haven't heard that song already. We haven't heard that song already. Or you can also say, we haven't heard that song yet. Yes, you can also say that. We haven't heard that song already, or we haven't heard that song yet. Next, number 5. She steal all the chocolate. Can you make a sentence? But first, you have to know what is the past participle of steal. Okay, let me see if you got it right. She has stolen all the chocolate. She has stolen all the chocolate. She has, singular, and then the past participle of steal is stolen. Okay, very good. Now, plenary part. So I'm gonna show to you 2 sentences, and please tell me if these sentences are wrong or correct. Sentence number 1, she has eat her dinner. Now, based on the previous discussion that we had, is this sentence correct? She has eat her dinner? Now, if you say wrong, and you really understood my discussion, because this sentence is absolutely wrong. How do you correct this sentence? Correct. So you could say, she has eaten her dinner. So, eat, the past participle here is eaten. Next one. Have you studied your homework? This is what we call yes or no question. Have you studied your homework? Now, this sentence is absolutely correct. Okay, so I hope that you understood everything that I discussed today. And once again, if you find this video or lesson interesting, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much.